PlayStation.
Afraid of the bounce, see when your things levels got changed to get mouth. How can I walk in doubt? Never been a beg, never been a loud mouth. Pen can go for days, I'm obsessed with it, can't change my ways. So blessed with it, what can I say? Top form staying in shape.
I wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece.
It's one of the NFL's newest venues, but it's already earned a reputation as one of its best. This is US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Will Reichert has it all teed up. And off we go from Minneapolis. Return starts from the goal line. And he gets crunched by a big hit right at the 25 to end that return. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Up the gut they go with Williams. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back sorry. We did not give you any chance.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another run for Williams. And he's brought down for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over it.
It is cut left side. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30. Good return here of 19 yards. And they're going to take over possession. They've got 1st down from the 31. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And they'll have it across midfield as he runs out. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st and 10, here's McCarthy. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Hauled in left side. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. From a couple yards deep, this is going to come out. This return makes it up to the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Williams. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Play brought to an end by Jonathan Grenard. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Allen to throw. That's caught for the first. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Simply nowhere to go on that counter play, Kate. Backside defenders took away one side, and they overwhelmed the blocking right in the middle.
2nd and 10 now. That's complete, Mike Evans. And he's out of bounds after reaching the 40. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Bills first down. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Allen now on first down. He finds Kincaid. And he gets it forward and still about a yard out of that. And that tackle made by Blake Cashman.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Got Williams, and it's complete. And he gets absolutely pumped to end that one.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
To throw again, it's Allen. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down. From the red zone now. Buys time, rolling right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
And not much for it there. He's down to the 15-yard line. They managed just 1 yard there. It's going to be 4th and 9. Amendola able to put it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
On the return, here's Jones. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Neither side separating much so far. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. We're ready now for the second quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They have 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Forced out to his right. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. That played good enough for a first. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. They're going play action. He fires one deep down the right. He's got it. Looks like the feeder inbounds too. Oh, I don't believe it. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. Plowing up the middle. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. So Brock, this offense looking sharpier in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Reichert on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings drive their lead to 11. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And look at this return. Tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Blitz coming here. Allen. It's taken in by Williams. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Throw complete to Williams. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for 7 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down. Short side option here. He's running left. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5. Give to Williams from the gun. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. That one gains 7. And that's good for a Bills first down. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Minneapolis. The Bills working here. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Working from the gun, it's Allen. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Back to the air, Allen. Gets this to Kincaid. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point of the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Throwing now on first down, Allen. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Intended target there was Mike Evans. So that brings up 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
They gained 14 on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
First down, Bills.
Working inside the red zone. Dump off caught by his back. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
Not just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Allen gonna throw again. Nice work by the back here, playing safety valve, complete. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. The Bills will turn to their kicker, Tyler Bass, for the field goal try. A very short kick here from the right hash. Amendola able to put it through. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good than get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. On the return, here's Jones. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Only 17 seconds left for him as they begin this drive. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Minnesota spends its second timeout here. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. He put everything he had into this one. He's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Minnesota. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, we're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. He'll throw it. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Bass now to kick this away. On the return, here's Jones. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 31. Able to find Hawkinson. Give him 32 on that play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. On first down, they'll run. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. First down play, that's in 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 32. On the move, headed right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Escapes the pocket. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
So the Vikings will try a field goal on 4th down. Will Reichert headed out. Ball spotted on the left hash, 49 yards out.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
From a couple yards deep, this is going to come out. Returns looking good so far. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground with Algier. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This goal is pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward, then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Pressure coming, it's Allen. He puts some power on a deep one left. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. On the ground, first run for Ray Davis. Jukes one defender, and he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Chased out to his right. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man. He was looking for Keon Coleman on that throw. And now they're going to face 3rd down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Connection made to Coleman. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First down throw for Allen. Brought in close to the 8. Touchdown, Buffalo! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And now the Bills' offense staying out. They're going to go for 2.
Bills are running up for a 2-point conversion.
To the air again, Allen. He's on the move. And the pass succeeds. A little momentum builder as they try to dig into this deficit.
You know, we tend to say this all the time, and I'll say it yet again, Kate. Big targets in the red zone are an enormous advantage. Not many guys can match up and defend someone like him, and no surprise, they went right to him for the conversion.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. On the return, here's Jones. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy to throw. Has his man, it's Addison. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
On play action now, McCarthy. He's got time here. Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. 1st and 10, here's Jones. He's got a gain of 6 there. Tackle made by Cole Bishop. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. At the 25.
They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Bails out of the pocket quick. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. McCarthy throwing here. Setting up the running back screen. Juke the defender. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings take a 3-possession lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Return starts from the goal line. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Algier running behind center. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. When you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
Going to the ground again on 1st. Again, he hits the 2nd level. Down the sideline into the red zone. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Throwing here, Allen. He brings it in. And in. Touchdown, Buffalo. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bills cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. On the return, here's Jones. He's popped at the end of that one. Painful end to a real solid return there. They've got first down from the 31. Lone back gets the handoff. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, and instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Oh, he put everything he had brought in inside the 20. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. Now, I know that's one of his favorite routes to run, Brock, but that has got to be one of a quarterback's favorite throws to make as well, right? Drop it in over the defender and take the lid off the D for 6.
Because it is so simple. It's something that these two have done and thrown together for years and years. Maybe not to each other, but since Pop Warner. They've been running the go route. Just run right by him, and if you're even, you're leaving, and I'm going to drop it right over the top.
He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. A give to Algier on the inside handoff. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Give him 5 on that carry, bring it up 2nd and 5. Play action now, Allen. That's going to be caught by Evans. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for a Bills first down.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's Algier on first down. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Gets this one to Tyler Algier. And they'll have it a little shy of the 40 as he goes out. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. 1st and 10 from the 41. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, and there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
Another carry for him. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Buying some time left. Now he takes it. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
And he's going to get him up to the midfield stripe with that run. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 50-yard line.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. That's good for 7 yards. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Back to the well again. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Vikings can rest easy with a 3-score lead. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They're going play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You're just not going to win many games in this league when you can't generate a pass rush until the 4th quarter. You needed to feel the impact from this defense earlier and more often in this game. The lack thereof, well, it's a big part of what's put them playing from behind in the final stanza of this one.
He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out. The Vikings getting their punt team out. And thankfully, he hasn't been needed until the final quarter. And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Running left with Algier. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Brought in right side by Kincaid. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. On first down, Allen escapes the pocket. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. So Buffalo's going to call it 2nd timeout. Still one more in their pocket to use. They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing now on first down, Allen. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted! And the Vikings are going to have it, and he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down?
Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. And the Bills get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Oh my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a 3rd in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these.
Big game downfield. 40. Hits the 20. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills parlay the interception into points. That's score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Okay, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
That one right down the middle. And the Bills cut the lead down to 10. They'll time making this all but impossible, but they're going to try for the onside kick here anyway. And the Vikings bring in the onside kick. That should just about do it. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Hutchinson reels it in. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. It's a T.J. Hutchinson touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Record there to tack on the extra point. And the Vikings take a 3-possession lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Back to throw now, Allen. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that pass is dropped. Fitting, that would be their final play of the game as we've reached the end of this one. So they are indeed kings in the north as the Vikings win it at home. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Vikings emerge as winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.
Ground music, riding in the years, I use it. Title up, you a loser. I prove, I bet, I step in the proof. Straight underground, make all you haters get down. You understand what I'm saying?